I'm going to show you a little tour of our homestead outside. I have not picked up anything, and honestly it's pretty overgrown, kind of a mess right now, but I want to show you a realistic picture of what it looks like at the end of summer as somebody who is homesteading with little kids. Hey friends, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I share about slow living and homesteading on a budget. We live on 2.5 acres within city limits, and so we kind of get a little bit of the city, a little bit of the country here on our little homestead. So today I thought it would be fun to take you along and show you some of our weekend chores on our homestead. We've got some big projects going on now. We've got things that I would like to look nicer than they do, but we're just chipping away a little bit at a time. It's come a long way since we first started. Really wish I would have started recording when we first moved in, but we renovated our entire house and that was just like taking all of our time and attention. So I'm going to show you where we're at now and hopefully take you along as we continue to renovate our homestead. So we're on 2.5 acres and it's surrounded by fencing, which is such a blessing. The fencing is not in the best condition, but it is really nice to have. Things are really overgrown, so we need to work on that. I had plans for this flower bed right here I sprinkled wildflower seeds in it last year and it just became completely overgrown with weeds, and I think maybe one flower came up. So I think we've talked, and just with what we can manage now, we're going to take the bricks off and kind of clear it out, and then my husband's just going to mow over this area. And then maybe someday when we have more time to devote to it, we'll turn it into a flower bed. It looks pretty sad right now. Same with this area over here. We had mulched it and had plans to plant things in here, but it's just pretty hard to keep up with right now with everything else we have going on. So I think we have decided that we're going to remove those bricks and just mow over it for now, which will be fine. It'll look better than it does now. Okay, this is our garage. This is our big pile of mulch that we got from Chip Drop for free. This is our second chip drop of the summer, and we're using that for our gardens and flower beds. I've been working on that today. My husband's working on that today. We're chipping away. I wish they would not have dumped it right here, but you know, it's okay. Those are pallets that we're going to use for a compost bin, and then this is a part of our place that got blown over in a really bad windstorm. Okay, right here is our mini orchard. We have one peach tree. Those are elderberries, 2 apples, 2 cherry, and 2 pear. And then I think this is either a nectarine or a plum. I can't remember. We had one of them not make it. So we got our trees from Stark's Bros, and what I love about Stark's Bros is that they replace your trees or your plants within the first year if they don't make it. And we lost a lot our first year because it was so hot, and we also got a crazy amount of rain at the beginning of the year and lost it just kind of drowned out our plants. So we filled in, kind of leveled it out. I need to pull these weeds too, but they're looking so much healthier this year. And then my husband ran drip lines, so we're not having to water the trees manually anymore, which is amazing, and I think that's really contributing to why they are doing better. We are going to eventually mulch this whole area, I think is what I'm planning to do, and we'll turn it into a food forest with different berry plants. I need to do some more research, but do some permaculture here instead of just having like a row garden or something. So this is where the majority of our land is, and right now we just have 2 soccer goals. Eventually we might get some goats. We're kind of limited on how many animals we can have because we are within city limits, so I need to contact our city and kind of talk through our options with them. Our neighbors have a horse. I'll show you Lucky in a minute, but I think we would like to get either goats. We've talked about a milk cow, but I don't know that we would do that just because of how much of an effort it would be. We don't know that we have enough property for one. This beautiful building right here is our shed. It just has like random storage stuff in it right now. My dream is to fix it up and turn it into a homeschool room, and eventually maybe some sort of a rental property. And we need to talk to our city about what our options are with that, between short-term and long-term options. But for now, it's just a ugly old shed. Cannot afford to fix up the whole thing right now, so we're saving up for that, and we have some other projects that are taking priority right now. Previous owners left a ton of debris and junk. I think for now we're just gonna leave it. Somebody told me these are elderberries. I'm really not sure. I kind of want to contact our extension office and double check before I eat it. There's our little leghorn over there. But yeah, I mean, it's overgrown. It needs some work, but thankfully it's behind our house, so it's not too visible. Same with this area. Here's 2 of our compost bins. Again, super overgrown right now. But wow, it's really low right now. I need to add. I've been super behind on composting. You're gonna hear a theme of being behind on a lot of our projects. The garden's taken up a lot of my time recently, which I didn't really think about how much it would take up. But this is our compost bin system. We want to add a 3rd one and then hopefully take this out, because I chopped off a good portion of it at the beginning of the spring, and it's just completely grown back, so we would like to get that completely out. These are some old stumps. I made like a little play area for my kids, and I mulched pathways, but those too have become overgrown. So eventually I want to plant, this is our chicken coop. I'll show you in a minute. This is a fenced in play area for them, and then we do allow them to free range, able to supervise, because there's parts of our yard that are not safe for them to be in, them to be out like during the day if we're running errands and such. The drip line goes all the way to our garden. I planted some herbs here. Some of them have done well, some of them not so much. We didn't have a drip line, so I kind of got behind on watering those. These are those berry things I told you about. Let me know if you know what those are in the comments. Okay, there's another side of our shed. It's kind of scary. Hello, Maycorn. This girl has some sass. Okay, so this is our chicken coop. It looks pretty rough right now because we had a break-in from a raccoon, and so we just patched it. This is where we collect the eggs. I think I have, and then this is so that our raccoon doesn't get in. Eventually we'd love to fix it up and make it look a lot nicer, but for now we're able to have eggs by using what we have. I'm all for using what you have, homesteading on a budget, and just getting started. The rest will come in time. So this is our coop. I need to clean out their water, and the chair is to keep raccoons out. Again, I know it wouldn't do much, but you know, it's better than nothing. We have a camera in there that I guess got knocked over. So this is some of the pathways we made. Eventually we would love to plant flowers and vegetables and herbs. And I'll take you to our garden. It is like embarrassingly overgrown right now. We just got back from being out of town for almost a week. So my goal is this next week, when the weather's cooler, to just get that grass and weeds out and mulch in, put cover crop in. So we have 2 raised beds, 3 cattle panel trellises. I mean, it's wild right now. No, this is my very neglected late summer garden. Our tomatoes didn't do great this year, but this one is finally starting to somewhat take off. Okra has done phenomenal. I might do a full garden too another time, so I'll just show you like a quick little look through. There's my chickens. I have some peppers over here. Some more tomatoes. This pepper plant's doing really well. I guess they're orange. My jalapenos, I need to get those off because those ones are turning red. And then I have some garden salsa peppers. My zinnias did amazing this year. I was gifted some seeds from a friend. Super overgrown. I mean, I just have not been able to keep up, but we're doing the best we can. And this is my sweet potatoes. We did no-till method because it was cheaper, and I heard I was supposed to keep the weeds down, but I have not had that experience. I mean, it's been crazy. So I think part of it was I ran out of compost and cardboard and mulch to put on top of it, and it just got out of control really quickly. So I think we're going to lay a heavier layer of cardboard and compost and mulch this next year. Some tree. And this is the side. So if we do get animals, we would put them on this side because there's an old barn right here. It is missing. I mean, it will need a lot of repairs too. It's I think they used to have horses here. We haven't even like barely been in there since we moved in. It kind of freaks me out. Oh, but look at that sunflower. That's so beautiful. I wonder if that just landed or if they planted it. Look at that. I'll just go closer. So we have a neighbor here that has 2 acres. Look at those, so pretty. And they have a horse. Lucky's over there. Can't really see him right now. So pretty. This is what I mean about the fence being broken. Playset, or half of our playset, because the rest blew over. Let me zoom out. Hold on. There we go. Hey, buddy. Ooh, yummy. Can I have some in a little bit? Thank you. Okay, this is our fire pit that my husband and I put in. He did most of it. And I need to pull some weeds in here again. But it used to be this big tree with a bush growing in it, but we thought it would be the perfect spot for a fire pit. So my husband dug that out. It was like huge. I cannot even tell you how big the root system was that he pulled out. And then designed this whole thing. We bought these chairs from somebody who was selling them for $25 each out of wood pallets. So yeah, really good find there. And we love spending time around the fire pit in the fall. I'll link a post below with exactly what we did, how much it cost, and how we installed our fire pit. Here's just the side of our property. We love it. And this is an area that we've been working on today. So with adding the garden, a lot of our yard got neglected. And so we cleared this out when we moved in because you couldn't even see the house. But now we are trying to clear it up because it was just completely overgrown with grass and weeds. And so we laid cardboard and mulch on top of it in a really heavy layer. And then we're going to try to save some of the plants. My sage has done really well, even with us neglecting it. Lamb's ear needs some work. And our rose bush is doing really well. So I'd like to plant some more things in the spring. Told you all this was like just a realistic tour. Oh, in this area, somebody ran over our sandbox and broke it, but we have this beautiful bush that blooms in the spring, and our chickens love hanging out under that because of the shade when we let them out. These are mulberry trees. So I just wanted to show you the process that I went through to mulch and cover up some of these weeds. I used a no-till method. And I'm hoping I can keep on top of it more now that it won't be in the middle of summer. So I started by clipping back some of the bigger weeds and pulled some out by hand. I used to just pull everything in this garden by hand, but we've had some major issues with grass, and so it's really hard to get that out. So I laid cardboard down to cover the majority of the weeds, and then my husband and I took turns scooping and dumping the mulch and spreading it out. My daughter wanted to help too. She's so cute with her little tool. I think she has a rake, I can't tell. But she was really trying to help. Homesteading with kids is, it definitely, I would say that things take longer than it would if we didn't have kids, but it's such a special thing to do as a family. Like, I've been learning right alongside of my kids, and we love getting to give them this type of childhood where they are out in nature and learning about how to grow their own food and care for chickens. Today my son told me that chickens are his favorite animals, so I think that they really enjoy it as well. Okay, so this is fast forward a little bit, and we just took turns, like I said, dumping the mulch out and spreading it around. We got our mulch from Chip Drop for free. When we first moved in, we spent so much money on mulch because we didn't know about Chip Drop, and we were like, we cannot do this every year. It was way too expensive. So finding local resources like Chip Drop, or even stopping tree trimmers and asking for their mulch, sometimes they'll give it to you for free. It's a great way to homestead on a budget. So the next day it rained, and that really helped with starting the decomposition process for that cardboard that's overhanging. Thank you so much for watching, friends. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, and you will be able to stay up to date with my latest videos on homesteading and slow living. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.